Good morning, dear students. Today, in this class, we will be learning about voice in English grammar. I hope all of you must have already heard about active and passive voice in English grammar. That is the topic that we will be taking up in this class. Active and passive voice is the voice in English grammar. The purpose of studying this and the purpose of having voices in a sentence is to show whether the subject of the verb acts or is acted upon. In other words, voice is there to let us find out whether the subject of the verb is the doer or the action is being done upon the subject. Now, I would like you to read along with me in these notes and try to be thorough with the points that I discuss here. Active and passive voice. The voice shows whether the subject of the verb acts or is acted upon. For example, if I take a statement, the dog killed the cat, it is a simple statement of past tense in active voice. Now, how do we know that it is an active voice? Because here the subject, which is the dog, of the verb killed. Now, verb is killed here and subject is dog. So, the subject of the verb killed is acting. So, it's doing something or is active. Hence, the sentence is also in active voice. If the subject of the verb is active, then the statement is also in active voice. Now, if I change the same statement to passive voice, this will be the cat was killed by the dog. Here the subject is the cat and the verb again is killed. So, by this sentence, we come to know that the subject cat is being acted upon. Something is being done to the cat. Cat is not doing anything. It is only the recipient of the action done by the dog. Hence, it is passive. Therefore, the sentence is in passive voice. Moving on with active and passive voice, we have some rules which we need to keep in mind while changing the active voice to the passive voice. The first rule is the object of the verb in the active voice becomes the subject of the verb in the passive voice. If I again take the above example, then the object of the verb in the active voice of the statement the dog killed the cat was cat. So that object became the subject when we changed the voice to passive in the sentence the cat was killed by the dog. Hence, rule 1 is explained. Coming to rule 2, the subject in the active voice becomes the object of some preposition which is usually by in 90% of the cases in the passive voice. So, subject in the active voice was dog and it became the object in the passive voice. The cat was killed by the dog. So, it became the object of the preposition by in the passive voice. Moving on to the next rule, which is rule 3. In the passive voice, the verb to be in one of its forms. Now, to be is a verb. What is the definition of the verb? A word that tells you about the state of being or any action done is a verb. Hence, here we will be taking to be, the verb. And there are various forms of be verb, which are is, am, are, was, were, will, shall, has, have, etc. So, in the passive voice, this verb to be is used in any one of these given forms. It is used with the past participle, that is the third form of the transitive verb. Now, transitive verb is where we have object, the verbs which carry the object with them. So, why do we need only transitive verbs? Because we need the object to make it the subject of our statement in passive voice. Hence, we will be using it with the third form of verb. Moving on to the fourth rule, only transitive verb can be used in the passive voice because an intransitive verb has no object, which I have already explained to you. Now, with this, I stop this class. We have crossed the introduction of the topic of voice, active and passive voice. I will be sending you these notes and I would like you to be thorough with these so that you are prepared for the next class where we will be discussing what is the treatment of tenses and of various other parts of the statement when we change it to passive voice from active voice. Thank you.